Turning 25 has got me thinking a lot about how I want to spend my time and my money. I think for the longest time growing up, I was just trying to make a quick buck, just trying to work Uber Eats or DoorDash or Postmates, just trying to scrape together some money so that I could spend it on things that really didn't matter in the long run. And now that I'm working a more full-time job, and I have bills to pay, I've been being forced, you could say, to think more long term. But even still, in the last few months, in the last few years, my mindset has been shifting more towards how can I spend this time wisely? Not just how can I spend this time to make more money, but what can I do to actually maximize the value of my time? I think this is where Bitcoin really simplifies a lot of things. Because Bitcoin really saves the value that you put into it, instead of leaking it away with inflation like the US dollar does, I find myself just thinking, let me save as much as I can in Bitcoin. And then after I do that, I'm left there sitting and wondering, what's next? Like, is all that I have to do just buy this Bitcoin? I mean, what else can I offer the world to make it a better place, to help more people with my skills and my talents? Because buying Bitcoin is easy. All you need to do is press a few buttons on Coinbase or Kraken. But the really hard thing is actually making your time valuable. And that's a really scary thought, because we're also caught up in doom scrolling through YouTube without any idea on what you even want to watch in the first place, scrolling through Instagram, scrolling on Reddit just to read what other people who you don't even care have to say about a random topic that you don't even care about. And we just want to go on autopilot. The fact of the matter is that time is going to pass no matter what. And it's up to you if you want to make that time valuable, if you want to impact other people in a positive way, if you want to provide services so that you can help other people achieve their dreams with the input of your expertise in whatever that you do. But most of us are thinking very short-sighted, including me for the longest time, and just scrolling on social media for no reason, which is implicitly admitting to ourselves and to other people that our time is not that valuable. But when I started investing in Bitcoin, when I started to realize that my time can actually be saved in the system without it being taken away from me or insidiously being siphoned away from me by inflation, it made me realize that yeah, my time can be really respected. And the energy that I've put out into the world, yes, it can be respected throughout time and into the future. But when you don't live on the Bitcoin standard, then you implicitly believe that you should be gambling your money. You should be gambling your time away because it's not going to be there. The purchasing power isn't going to be there in the future. So you start to devalue your own time. You start to think less about what can I do to help the world? What kind of value can I provide? And I think it ties in closely with working at a big corporation. Somehow these big corporations, they're so good at making you feel like you're just a cog in the machine. All their metrics and all their benchmarks for success are based on such arbitrary things, such unrelated things, that you start to question, how does the world even run like this in the first place? I didn't even think that it could. Before I started this corporate job, I never thought that the world was run like this. And that's kind of a different topic about how people are very lazy and slow-paced in big corporations, but I think it also kind of ties into this monetary system. People accept that their time is something that can be traded for money, as opposed to trading output for money. Because the wealthy people, they don't trade their time for money. Meaning doctors and lawyers, they're not considered wealthy unless they have assets, because as high as your hourly rate can be, you're still on an hourly rate. But if you get paid per project, or if you can get paid in your sleep with something like selling code if you're a software engineer, or selling books, then you start to decouple your time and your output and your money. So you can start getting paid by your output rather than getting paid for your time. But this system of inflation has made us all believe that our time is worthless to some degree, whether we realize it or not. And it seeps into these corporations that pay us by the hour and doesn't pay us anymore if we do a good job or a bad job. If we just sit there all day for 8 hours and do nothing, we'll still get paid the same amount. And this is a very, very unhealthy way to think, because they are denominating your value in units that are totally arbitrary. They're denominating it in things that they can just create out of thin air. And we think that it has some kind of true value within it when it doesn't. But once again, time is really valuable because it doesn't come back, because once you spend it, it's gone. So this is just going to be a quick video, but I strongly encourage people to try shifting their mindset and shifting their frame of reference into more of a Bitcoin standard and see how that impacts their own mindset. Does it make you think more long term? Does it make you think more in terms of, okay, now that I'm reassured that my time is actually being respected, what else can I do? What's next? What's the next step? Because I think this is one of the key points and key benefits that a monetary system like Bitcoin can give to us individuals. It makes us believe that we have power, that we can actually make a difference, and that we should try. And I think this is a very, very powerful thing. See you guys in the next one.